Guys, there was a fight in my cinema.
Actual.
It was just like a little tiff.
Swear down.
Really
Yeah, there was a
interesting.
little tiff in the Bob Marley viewing. So it was packed, right? And
Packed.
It was quite packed. It wasn't like a full house.
This
but
is
it was,
so strange because like both
My one
my
was packed as
both
well.
my screenings
Yeah.
for Madam Web and One Love was no one in it. It was literally me and another guy.
No,
Crazy.
mine was pretty full.
Mine was full as well.
Okay.
So me and Mrs. sitting to my left. We're on the edge, right, of the middle aisle, innit?
Yeah. Nice.
And then like 3 seats away, there's like a couple.
Yeah.
And they're just talking very loud through the trailers. Like they're talking like as if they're in the couch at home. Like they're not just talking loud, they're talking loud. Like they're talking normal. Like, you know what I mean?
Special.
So I'm
place
like,
for
do you know
people
what? I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe when the movie starts, they'll be quiet.
They'll simmer down.
You see when the name of the movie comes up and you see the they'll simmer down. You see when the movie comes up and you see the rating of the movie, like 12A, whatever.
Yeah.
And the movie's about to start. You're like,
The
cool.
BBF card. Yeah.
So a couple next to them, on the other side of them, said, "Hey, are you guys gonna like talk throughout the whole movie?" She piped up, "The movie hasn't started yet, has it? The movie's about to start now. The movie hasn't started." He's like, "Yeah, but you guys are just too loud, whatever." So I was like, you know what? Okay, cool. Maybe they're gonna be quiet during the movie. Movie starts, they're talking still. I'm like,
sorry,
yo, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Eventually, I hear the lady say something like, she's African, she's not even Jamaican. BITCH. I don't know who she was talking to. I don't know if she was talking about the person on screen or talking to someone that said to her shush maybe or what it was. But that's what I heard, didn't it? And she said the B word loud. Bit. You know what I mean? I'm like, and then the guy says, "I've had enough of this." He puts on his jacket, he gets up, and he's trying to go, and she's holding his arm. He's like, "Get off me."
A couple stiff.
I'm like,
okay.
So I'm having my popcorn, I'm like, look at that. Yeah. Me and my missus are looking at each other like, yeah. He's like, "Get off me before I call the police." And he's getting louder.
To his own goal.
To his own missus.
Wow.
"Get off me before I call the police. Get off me before I call the police." That's how he said it as well. Before I call the police.
You had me until that. Continue.
As I
man.
said, no, stay with me. Get off before I call it. He did one of them ones, like, "Get off me."
Yo.
And he cut. And I was like, yes. And then I was like, "Please grab your stuff and go. Please grab your stuff and go." She grabbed the stuff and she left. I said, yes.
I'm so glad you had a happy ending, bro.
Oh my days. But a good 10 minutes of the movie. Like the first bit, it was like, I'm just like this. Like,
that first 10 minutes was important as well. That's so bad.
It's so annoying, isn't it?
By the way, did no one raise those kind of people like that, man? It's ridiculous, man.
It's-
Why would you
annoying.
be like that out in public?
Yeah, it's annoying. It's so annoying. I mean, people are so disrespectful when they're talking. Like me, if I want to say something to my missus in the cinema, I'm like literally so close to her ear and I'm saying it. Do you know what I mean? As quiet as I can.
Same. Like, for example, like when you're watching Talk to Me,
Yeah.
and this brother was talking about how certain people at Tampa.
So people are what?
Got turned over.
Bro.
We're reviewing Bob Marley. What's going on, lads?
Sorry.
That was my favorite cinema experience in
By the way,
2023,
I'm
man.
not gonna lie to you, Kem. You made my honestly. I totally agree. That was one of the best experiences.
And he said it so casually. Oh, his face is turned over.
Do you know the worst thing is? I didn't even hear you say that. I heard it secondhand. This brother whispered in my ear what you said, and I was gone. That's how funny it was. But anyway, and I could imagine the way he said it as
Because
well.
it was such a serious moment in the film, and I'm laughing.
Yeah. People are looking at us.
Oh my goodness. But guys, we are here for the Bob Marley One Love review. Kem, don't look at me like that, man.
Kem,
you know I'm gonna do it a couple times in this
Go on,
room.
man.
Listen. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
Should we play the
This
voice?
is the-
Should we?
this-
Wait. Should we play the voice
Don't
note?
do
thank you.
Don't do
Thank
that.
you. No, please.
Don't do that.
Kem, please.
Don't do that.
Just one of
Don't
them.
do that.
No. There's one that was so good. Please play.
Don't do
play
that.
the second one. The second one.
And it's
The second one.
You don't do me like that,
It's
bro.
so
You know,
amazing.
you
It
know,
was so
you know,
good.
you know.
I've never ever heard him speak.
That's
speak-
not. That's me
speak-
being silly. But you know, we're like 10 minutes in and we still haven't said anything about it.
If
yet.
you guys don't know,
So-
Kemi here is Jamaican originally.
He's Jamaican from St. Catherine.
This guy's an
Say
idiot.
where?
St. Catherine.
It's not from
St.
No,
Catherine.
that's the hospital I was born in. I'm from Spanish Town.
Spanish Town. Okay.
Spanish town.
Spanish Town. Apparently that place is popping. So
This guy's an idiot.
Maybe we'll play it at the end. A little gift for the.
play the end, please.
You know what?
Play it then.
You know this is gonna have to be this is gonna have to be a short video on its own. We need to really.
No.
'cause
Wait,
it's too long. We're too far in.
Wait.
All right.
All right, guys. It's Bob Marley One Love review.
Yes.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you think of the movie. But yeah, let's get into it. Really quick, non-spoilers. Hashi, I'll start with you. What do you think, bro?
I think there were 2 performances in this film that should have been nominated for Academy Awards.
Oh wow! Did this come out early enough for an Academy Award consideration?
Yeah. The only issue is they released it during Dumpuary, and apparently it was for a reason. And the studio thought that this was going to be this movie was going to be received badly, and that it wasn't going to do well. Essentially, you know what I mean. And for me, there are issues. I think mainly structurally, and hagiography wise, there's issues.
I feel like that's always issues with the biopics.
No, but this one obviously is understandable because Rita Marley produced it, Ziggy Marley produced it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the family members. So a lot of this movie was sanitized in many ways. But regardless of how many things are against this film, Kingsley Benadir and Lashana Lynch were outstanding.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the supporting, cast was incredible and really added to the tapestry of the film. And for me, there's so many sequences in the film where I was literally like on the edge of my seat because of how powerful the scenes were. You know what I'm saying? Like when he's singing War at the rally, and when he's sitting with his family singing Redemption song. Like, if that doesn't touch you, you haven't got 2 eyes and a heart. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for people to be eviscerating this film, I don't understand. I do not understand. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I have my issues, but overall, I really, really enjoyed this film. I stand by this film. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I really enjoyed the documentary that was released in 2012, Marley. I thought that was a really good representation of him as a human being, like the bad as well as the good. But like this person, like Bob Marley is a huge character in pop culture, and not in terms of character, in terms of what he's done for art, but in terms of what he's done for society. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he's touched so many people from so many different backgrounds, you know what I mean? Regardless of who you are, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mom knows who Bob Marley is, you know what I'm saying? Like, that tells you everything you need to know in it. Yeah. So for me, again, I was blown away by certain aspects of the film, and I want to hear what you guys had to say.
To be fair, I think that in itself is a great sort of spoiler-free segment. Yeah, I don't need to add to that. Yeah, I just want to.
Yeah. Now I'm with you. Is I know you told me Lashana Lynch is Jamaican, right? Mm-hmm. Is King?
No. He's not. He's from Trinidad.
He's from Trinidad. Yeah.
Trinidad.
Gotcha, but when we do get into it, I want to discuss it.
Yeah, no, I thought this was really good, man. As far as biopics go, I thought this was one of the better ones, honestly. I thought it was really well done. I thought the acting was great. Like, I think obviously we had our reservations when you see the trailers and things like that, but I thought this was absolutely fine.
I thought the trailer was really good, and I was surprised that people thought it was bad because of the trailer.
I think it's just skepticism, isn't it? It's just like, maybe is it gonna be good? Is it not? It's just, I think you just go in thinking, I hope they don't ruin Bob Marley kind of thing, innit? So but I think they did him justice personally, and I realized I really don't know much about Bob Marley. Like, I know the songs, but I didn't even know he was mixed.
Yeah,
really? I had no clue, bro.
Oh, okay.
Like, I didn't even know that. But yeah, I thought it was great. Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
Just imagine a human being to have that impact on culture, and he died at the age of 36. That's incredible.
His life was cut short, and like, in regards to sort of like impact, obviously Bob Marley, I know we're talking about Marley, like Drogba had a similar sort of impact in regards to
the Civil War, innit?
Exactly. Yeah. Could we jump into non-spoilers?
Yes, let's get into non-spoilers, guys. Let's get into spoilers. Excuse me. Did I say like, comment, subscribe?
Nope.
I didn't say it.
I don't think so.
Like, comment, subscribe, guys. Hit the bell so you know when the videos are coming out. And let us know in the comments what you think of this movie. Spoilers. Really quickly, I asked my wife after we left the movie, do you think there's anyone now that's an artist that could, like, in years' time have a movie similar to, like, a Tupac or a Biggie or a Bob Marley or something? I couldn't think of anyone.
You know the crazy thing? Well, I beg to differ.
Okay.
Again, you may not see in the same sort of
as popular
as Bob Marley, but for the younger generation, not our generation, for the younger generation, Taylor Swift.
But like with cultural and societal impacts,
listen, you have to understand.
I know she's popular. No, I know she's popular. She's super popular.
She's popular, but I'm talking about in the American politics. She has a complete. She's waving a complete.
No, she can. No, I understand.
She can sway votes.
100%.
She can in that way. She can also help, like, areas that are not doing well, like, flourish if she goes there, like, to perform stuff. Like, I understand that, but Bob Marley, he brought people together
Yes.
He broke what do you call it, racial lines. Yeah. He broke barriers. You know what I'm saying? He touched people around the world. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't mess with Taylor Swift.
No.
Whereas everyone messes with Bob
Okay.
Marley, you know
I agree.
You know what I mean?
But
like she's not. For me, she's not even on the same.
No, I'm not saying she's on the same level, but everybody knows who Taylor Swift is, regardless if you listen to her music or not. And I'm not fighting Taylor Swift's corner. I'm just saying she has the ability right now to sway people to actually listen to conversations.
Yeah.
But anyway, jumping into this now. So I went into this movie and I was very sort of skeptical because as a Jamaican person, the first checkpoint for me is the accents.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The accent weren't 100%. But for me to be like, okay, you know what, fair dues. Yeah. And I'm actually watching the movie for what it is. That was a massive tick. I said, fair enough.
Oh, the accents were good. You say
the accents, knowing what I know, knowing Kingsley Benedict, he's not Jamaican.
He's Trini, yeah.
He's Trini. And obviously, the thing with me, if you have someone of Jamaican descent who's an English person, their accent is actually worse than somebody who's learned Jamaican, because they've it's almost like bad Jamaican, but in their mind, what they could hear is still Jamaican. So they don't do their due diligence. They don't do the hard work of actually getting the right enunciation. Where Kingsley, you could see that he's not fully there, but he's better than Lashana Lynch in some respects.
Is it?
In some respects,
in some
yes.
respects,
because
okay.
Lashana Lynch will carry a conversation in the same in like a Jamaican sort of tone, but then words and everything, you could hear the English.
Yeah,
you could hear the British sort of twang.
Do you also think that the film in some aspects also made the language a bit more simpler for more of the audience to be able to understand?
So Lashana,
I felt especially in the second half of the movie, the accents kind of did disappear a bit. If that makes sense.
The only person I saw it disappear with was the manager.
Yeah. No, because that
was on purpose.
That was on purpose.
But even when he's talking to them, he wasn't having accent in the second half.
No. He was code switching in a few scenes. But anyway, Lashana Lynch came out in an interview and said that there was a conversation with one of the guy. I think his name was Reinaldo. Anyway, one of the
Reinaldo Marcus Green.
He's the director. Reinaldo Marcus Green.
He's also he did King Richard. He also directed all the episodes of We Own the Sea.
Okay.
He's a very, very good director. Ooh. He's a very, very good director.
So they had a conversation whether to subtitle this, and they chose not to. And I think it was a brilliant idea.
That's a masterstroke.
It's a brilliant idea. So what it does, it forces the watchers to actually pay attention
and listen.
Because obviously, because you're trying to decrypt what they're saying in the first place. So to actually be on that journey and then quite soon starting to understand what they're saying, it becomes less of them just watching a movie to then start listening and having a conversation with them without having a conversation. You know what I mean?
Hey, growing up in Harlesden helped me, boy. I'm gonna tell you that because I grew up around Jamaicans. Yeah. Yes. If I didn't, it would have been hard.
I'm the exact same. Obviously, I spent a lot of summers in Brixton and Stockwell, and all my cousins, they were friends with Jamaican, and so again, that really helped. That was a great education for me. You know what I'm saying?
So now getting into the bit. So where obviously at the beginning, where like the whole sort of the political war and both sides is crazy because obviously I wasn't alive at the time, but
you sure?
Are you sure?
I
was gonna ask him about. Were you there at the Smile concert?
Yeah, I was.
You were there, innit? Yeah. Attended, man. Attended. Attendance. Check.
Anyway, so you have the situation, and there was still sort of remnants. Dumb. There's still remnants of like political warfare in Jamaica at the time when I was young, and I remember it obviously when I was, but that's still long after.
Yeah.
But it just shows the power that he willed.
Yeah.
In
power of music,
and it showed in the movie. So the beginning where they came in and sort of shot up the house and stuff like that.
Yeah, Jamie came all the way from Summer House.
By the way, Michael Ward, right?
No one's gonna say nothing about that.
I know it's. By the way, Michael Ward is Michael Ward, right?
It's Michael Ward, yeah.
What he's getting typecasted. It's getting to a point where he's only ever the shooter. He's only ever the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? I need the brother to branch out. Like I think he did Empire of Light.
Yeah.
That's the only role where he's completely been against type, so to speak, innit? You know what I'm saying? Because I think that guy's a fine actor. He's got a great future ahead of him. He needs to stop playing these kind of roles, in my opinion.
This is a big-ish role for him, though. You know what I mean? So I get what you're saying.
But he only had 2 scenes, though.
Yeah.
He did only have 2 scenes.
No, 3 scenes if you count the kind of flashback.
The flash thing, yeah.
But yeah, well, anyway, I just felt that was done really well. Little gripe is the way in which, like, where people speak Jamaican in these movies, they tend to do the just, yeah, man, and like Jamaican, we speak in rhyme. We do speak in rhyme.
Yeah.
We do speak in rhyme, but everything, most of the earlier bit of Kingsley Benedict, when he's talking, it almost felt like everything was a punch in regards to the dialogue.
Yes.
Everything was a punch.
Everything was.
Yeah, man. You know, we take this with one art and one love, and we don't do that.
Listen, we're gonna play the end.
No. That was deliberate bad Jamaican there. So please.
Okay.
But yeah, no, everything's almost like a punch in regards to the dialogue. Which, yes, we speak in rhyme, we speak in rhythm, but it's not like that.
Feel the right.
Where.
So I'm not gonna.
Let him, man.
Sorry.
Let him.
Sorry.
Where obviously he's speaking to the journalists and everything, and he's saying, it's like, my life don't matter.
Yeah.
That was genuine. That I was on board with that.
Yeah.
But the earlier bit, it was almost
But
like
also, I felt that was directly, literally word for word.
The interview,
from
yeah,
the
didn't
interview
it?
in real life.
yeah, no, I get it. But then obviously, when like if I try to say something in Somali, I'm going to try to emphasize on everything when it doesn't have to be that hard.
That's a great point.
Like,
That's a good point.
I get it. I
Yeah,
get it.
so
I do
again,
get
that was it. Oh, one other thing, I know I'm kind of jumping. You know the old grey whistle test. So when they were recording in the studio,
Yeah.
the old grey whistle test, it's been documented.
I'm not familiar. I
Yeah.
don't know.
So when there was recording stereo up a missed call, there's a missed call through the air, all that sort of stuff. So please check it out. They recorded that tune, and it was so clean and so clear, and obviously it wasn't known to sort of the West European people how they did how they played.
Yeah.
They apparently accused them of it being sort of doctored or fake, and they actually had them re-record it live because they didn't believe it was so good and so clear the first time they did it. The old grey whistle.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think all the stuff in London was, I think, the whole start part of the London part where they're in that kind of Clash concert and stuff like that was very, very kind of stereotypical. Like, the old Bill, you know what I mean, all the kind of really bad English accents with the freaking batons and all that kind of stuff was pretty poor. But the stuff in the yard, when they are listening to the track for a great movie, by the way, Exodus, and they'll listen to the score of it, and I didn't know that the movie score was what actually
So it's sampled.
was what was. I had no idea. You know what I'm saying? Because I was thinking that's such a great. I could when they were first playing, I'm thinking, oh my, I recognize this.
Yeah.
And then when I realized this was the whole genesis of Exodus.
That's how real musicians are, though, isn't it?
It was incredible.
They'll take music from anything that they think sounds good. Do you know what I mean? It's music scores, like anything. Do you know what I mean? Movie scores, anything. So it's
all that stuff.
I'm
an absolute sucker for all that studio stuff. Do you know when they're in the studio, when they're actually riffing and all that stuff? I loved all of that stuff.
I think this really sort of, it shines a light on, like, it's like a great diversity sort of spotlight where you have because people go into this and look at it thinking, Jamaicans, because their perception of Jamaican people is either loud, rash, or gallus, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. To see Jamaican people doing their stuff, and when they're in the house and they're riffing and doing all that sort of stuff, taking inspiration from the Exodus, going into these ska raves and everything. Because ska is. Basically, ska was built off the back of reggae music. Yeah, you know, like the punk.
Yep.
So that sort of stuff actually happened. Yeah. It wasn't. The
way it was depicted in the film.
No. I'm saying it weren't like a one-time event, or like ska and reggae was so closely linked. Like you would find skinheads, because skinheads, you know, the whole skinhead having a racial connotation to that.
Yeah.
It's so far from the truth. The original Scar people and Scar skinhead,
Yeah.
skinheads were associated with Scar, and they were like diverse. They were proper hippie, like they were down to the music and everything. So I think that was great. But obviously the interaction Bob had and everything is for the movie. But this for me, this movie done enough for me to say, you know what? Yeah, I'll put my flag on this. I'll let this one represent Jamaica.
Yeah. For me, the issues were structural issues with the whole movie in regards to every single time a dramatic scene ended, it was punctuated by one of the songs. So literally a line, the last line would be the start of the song. You know what I'm saying? Like he has an argument with his missus. You know what I'm saying? Then what do you call it? No Woman No Cry plays and stuff like that. Just very, very, you know what I mean? Like stereotypical formulaic stuff. And it's very surprising for Reinaldo Marcus Green to kind of like structure the film that way. But then I realized after the film that Terrence Winter and his writing partner, who wrote Sopranos and Boardwalk Empire, they had the first pass of the screenplay, and then Reinaldo Marcus Green and his partner then rewrote it, and you can kind of see two different movies in a way.
Right.
A movie about, you know what I mean, a man's kind of struggle with himself and trying to help his country grow and get past a horrible time, and also the music. You know what I'm saying? And it, for me, it was kind of conflicting in that way, because also there was many time jumps as well. I don't know if you guys realize, and it just didn't. Certain scenes didn't track and stuff like that.
And that's why I'm saying, like with biopics, it's difficult. You can't show every part of someone's life.
So this
it's gonna be like
so
that.
So this is where I think I pushed back when you mentioned a similar point in the Iron Claw review. Yeah. And when I watched, after I came out of this, I kind of understood what you were talking about. Hence the reason why I wanted to watch this movie again, to try and, because I know a lot about Bob Marley, because I've obviously throughout history and stuff like that, and during school as well. Once we did like a segment on kind of black heroes and stuff like that during Black History Month, and that's the time when I was in high school where I learned a lot about him, innit? And for me to kind of go back to that kind of that mindset of like going into researching him and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, like now I know how the movie is. Let me watch it again, knowing everything I know and the way it's structured. Maybe I'll kind of be more affected by some of the scenes, because I thought they kind of rushed through a lot of stuff.
Okay.
You know
Let me ask some questions now. Obviously,
sorry, Mo, what was the point that you wanted to make before I interrupted you?
The biopic thing.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying, like with biopics, like it's just in terms of structure, I think it's hard to make things as linear as possible in terms of that person's life. Like all of these biopics that I've seen in the past, there's always going to be bits that you miss or things that you just leave out or whatever it is. So you're going to have to jump within time, especially if you know the person's life. Yeah. So yeah, I get it.
A similar point to what you made about Fritz in Iron Claw. Yeah. Do you think that Bob was made to look like a saint, like hagiography wise? Do you think like the stuff in terms of how he wasn't the best father and stuff like that, and how
maybe, but also you had that scene with Lashana Lynch outside of the
Do you think that's enough though?
In Paris, for me it was. Okay. Because she explained everything, and like I know the whole thing about him having children with different women and stuff, and she mentioned that there and stuff like that. Like I stayed with you throughout all of these things and whatnot, and I need more. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I felt for her in that scene, man.
that scene in Paris was so powerful.
I think just like Mo said, I think it was enough because there were scenes in there that sort of it kind of said that he was a bit sort of a gallus.
Yeah, they showed
like infidelity was a thing.
He showed his jealousy.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah.
So I think it did enough. It didn't need to linger any longer on that because if it did, it would take away from what they were doing, because that was in between the whole sort of discourse with the manager sort of taking stuff off the top and stuff like that. Okay, can I just...
the music industry is ruthless,
It's
man.
disgusting.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Let me get some questions now, innit? Obviously, as you guys do you guys think, from what your understanding, do you think the accents was good? Because asking me is a completely different thing, because I'm going to be completely against it.
I mean, for me, I couldn't tell you this is an authentic Jamaican accent or this is an authentic Jamaican accent, but for me, it was just like, a lot of them did sound like the people I'd seen in the ends and things like that. But how perfect it was, I don't know.
Okay.
For me, I felt it was a lot stronger at the start of the film, and I felt like it was kind of like they were getting more English and getting more understandable, if that makes sense, towards the end of the film.
You know the crazy thing? They weren't. They weren't.
I didn't think
At
they were personally,
the
but
beginning was
yeah.
more staged. It felt more staged and punchy.
Maybe that's what I was.
But then
relating to.
that's why I said obviously at the beginning you kind of felt that, but the longer you stayed and watched the movie, people got used to it, and I got used to it because the further at the end of the movie, that's where I felt home because when Bob was saying, "I cancer," it's not so much before at the beginning. He was like, "It's cancer, man," like stuff like that, and that's what I expected, and that's terrible. But at the end, like it was so authentic. I said, you know what, fair enough. Kingsley did his job at the end. I like it felt real at the end.
He's a good actor, man.
He's
a good actor.
Hence the reason why I said what I said. It's not incredible.
Really quickly, did we know? Maybe I missed it. I don't know. Do we know who put out the hit in the beginning? Did they ever say, or do we just know?
No.
They
never
said in the movie.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
But
cool.
but Lashana Lynch,
she was fantastic.
She was
man.
thick.
Incredible.
Where do we go from here? What the hell?
We just.
So, but okay.
Okay.
You good?
You good, bro? Yeah.
Huh?
You reading something?
Yeah.
The thing on my finger is.
The thing.
Hey, let me tell you, Lashana Lynch. Yeah,
She's
she
amazing.
is. She's a baddie. People are sleeping on Lashana Lynch.
She's amazing.
She's got personality.
Yeah. And that scene when she got personality. That scene when she eventually finds out that he has cancer, and she comes to the house and she's like, "Where's Bob?" and all of that. She goes upstairs. Yo, that scene, I nearly teared up.
Nearly?
By
I was gone.
By the way,
I was gone.
the way she kissed the teeth and he goes, "Where is he?" He goes, "He's upstairs. He's alone." The way, I was like, yo.
Bro.
By the way, why do you not crack on people so much?
What do you mean?
Jamaicans.
That's our thing, bro.
When the Stevie Wonder guitarist came and they were clowning, I was like, "Leave my man alone,
By the
man."
way, one of the best. Hence the reason why all of that stuff was one of my favorite parts of the film, because that was so fun. They
That
kept
to
on
me
going
is
and
authentic.
going. Yeah,
Like,
it was
in
so
that
fun.
way,
Yeah.
the way like you know, because
Jamaicans are that way.
bro,
by the
I
way.
remember a tweet one time and someone was like, Jamaican people are so literal with the way they like say things that it almost comes off as an insult. Like there could be like a guy in a wheelchair and they were like, "Gonna lick a crippled boy in the car" or something like that.
You know, it's crazy.
And bro, that is so funny to me.
Because in the back of my mind, yeah, like obviously I know how we are.
Yeah.
And if you see someone of like a larger set,
Yeah.
they don't mean it in a bad way.
Yeah.
But like
just have to say something.
but,
They have to say something.
Like I know like aunties and everything, you'll look and say, "Fatty."
Yeah.
It's like but when you look at it, you're thinking like, you don't have to say it. It's like you're eating off to like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's crazy. But when he sort of spoke on the cancer, that hit me.
Yeah.
That hit me hard
Yeah.
because it's so obviously personal to me. Don't want to get into it, but it's personal to me.
Yeah.
But it's just how it was a scene where everything was so sort of like it was in a room.
It was confined,
confined,
Yeah.
and you couldn't get away because there was no space for you to look away.
Yeah.
Because literally, the way he's framed. Because by the way, Robert Ellsworth was cinematographer. He did "There Will Be Blood," Boogie Nights. The way he framed it was he's in a corner. He's literally in the corner of the room.
That's what I felt as a viewer. I felt in the corner with him, and I felt like I couldn't look away.
Yes,
Even if I wanted, I felt like I couldn't. And the fact that Lashana Lynch was so towering over him, and he was such a.
He was so
you have to
quiet.
understand, Bob Marley is a larger than life figure.
Yeah.
In regards to him. The stature of Bob Marley, maybe not himself, but he's a larger than life. And to have this powerful woman standing over him, reassuring him that, you know what, you're on this earth for not just that. Even when you're gone, you're gonna still be here.
Behind every great man is a great woman.
Bro, she was powerful.
Yeah.
And I'm not even gonna joke about how she was incredible.
Yes, yeah. Hence the reason why I said what I said at the start, guys. Like two outstanding performances.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and
That
you
should be
know,
recognized.
I rate Kingsley after this completely.
Because
rate him.
again, Kingsley, the reason why I rate it so much is because it's so easy to get it wrong.
Yeah,
he could have easily got it wrong.
You know,
what
that's
I'm saying,
a
bro?
great statement.
He could have easily got it wrong, and then we could have been clowning him for the end of time.
Before we get into ratings, the scenes with like the fire when he's a kid and the horse and things like that, and at the end it ends up being, I'm guessing, an Ethiopian man.
Yeah.
What did that mean?
Because obviously Rastafarian or the Rasta sort of
The
religion,
Yeah.
it's closely linked with Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Haile Selassie, right?
Haile Selassie, yeah. I think he was running. He was almost, in my opinion, I might be wrong. He was running away from the past because he never had his dad.
Yeah.
And then
What
once
a piece
he,
of crap, man. Oh my god.
and then once he saw the person, it was an acceptance into Rastafarianism. It weren't so much that he's running away from his dad, because the Rastafarianism is a father figure where his dad wasn't.
Yes.
That's why he was being chased by the man on the horse, which represented his dad. But then once he accepted it, he accepted Rastafarianism as the dad figure, where his dad weren't there. So that's why you saw, and he spoke in Ethiopian.
And he said, "You're my son now." I was like, ooh.
Yes, it's so powerful, and I thought the iconography of that, and then the also the framing device for when he starts the concert of his mum humming to him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was beautiful, man.
Oh, one other thing, this is the funny thing to me, even though it was so funny when the doctor said, she's so lucky to be alive. It hit her in the locks.
By the way,
is that what he
the bullet
said?
hit the locks.
In a dread, bro.
Bro, the thing about it could be real, but it just felt so. I was thinking, like,
I'm not gonna lie, I was worried
Oh, wow.
when that scene. I was a bit worried. I'm thinking, oh no, okay, because I was thinking, why would they make like emphasis
could
on
be
that?
true, though.
It could be true.
But you know what? As a proud Jamaican, I'm not gonna lie, as a proud Jamaican, I was sitting in the cinema and I looked around, and going into the cinema, I saw 2 other black people going in, and the majority of the cinema were white, and there was some bits of the movie I was thinking, I've never liked this. I think this might not be well received, and everybody was like, you know what? Everybody looked like they was enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
And I felt, you know what? Fair dues to the audience, because some people, ignorant people, look at them thinking, oh, but maybe that's just me.
Nah, my cinema people were into it when she slapped him out in Paris. People were like, ooh,
bro. When the music was playing,
yeah. When the music was playing, when they're talking to like the I guess the label guy and the guys are talking, to him, he doesn't understand. He's like, can you repeat that? People are laughing.
By the way, that's
people were very engaged in this movie.
that was James Gandolfini's son, by the way.
Yeah, I know, Michael Gandolfini. Yeah.
Am I right in saying, Young Bob was Lauryn Hill's son?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not too sure about that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill, the
yeah, because Ziggy Marley and Lauryn Hill was a thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I
But
don't
anyway,
think I knew.
Yeah,
that.
James Norton as Richard Blackwell.
yeah.
As well.
Oh, but guys, no, fantastic. I love that they showed his love for football as well, because I've always known that about him.
He's a big football
Big
fan.
baller, yeah.
Anyway, guys, ratings?
I want to start off, and I'm
Please.
going to be very biased.
Can you say any accent?
No, you're gonna play the WhatsApp, innit?
Cool, let me get ready, man.
So I'm
Get ready.
going to give this a solid 8.
Okay.
Solid 8. There were issues with it, but solid 8. Minus the sort of bad accents.
For me, I really enjoyed this film. Again, I think the thing that took me out of the film was the structural issues.
Yeah.
I think especially the first act and the second act. So I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. Again, I really enjoyed the performances. I really enjoyed the performance of War, Redemption Song, everything in the studio.
Yeah.
Solid film, and I don't really understand how people are.
Would you give it? Sorry.
A 7 out of 10?
7,
You know
yeah.
what I'm
I
saying?
think I'll give it like a 7.5. I'll go 7.5. Yeah, it was a good movie, man. I really enjoyed it, man. And Bob Marley, it made me want to learn even more about Bob Marley coming out of this movie, honestly.
Yeah.
And yeah, the performances were great. I thought it was fantastic. The music, though, oh my days, the music was fantastic, man.
Yeah.
And
Again,
it was also funny in parts, like, do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
but really quickly though, guys.
Yo, I don't like what I see in this group. More positive vibe people. Take away all of the negativity. Give more positive vibe.
That's me messing about as
Play
well.
the other one. The other one. The other one to be fair.
Worried. My boss here. Come now. Come, let's kill some people for the war zone. Come, my boss here.
Skipper!
This guy. By the way, just for the audience, I think I watched this film like Wednesday morning,
We're gonna wrap this up, Hash, quickly.
and I was since Wednesday morning up until about Saturday. I've been calling this brother Skipper. And he didn't understand. I think you watched on the show. You watched on Friday, and then you finally understood. And he called me like, "You idiot."
Is that like a football thing? I'm guessing.
No, they called Bob Marley Skipper.
Skipper is
It's
basically
leader.
the captain, the
The
leader.
leader.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
of football. No,
Yeah.
yeah, cool. All right, guys. Well, that was our review for Bob Marley. One love. Let us know in the comments what you think. I'll be actually interested to know what you guys think of this movie, whether you liked it or not, and the depiction of Bob Marley, especially if you're big Bob Marley fans. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when the videos are coming out, and we will see you guys soon. Peace.
Peace.